Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This story was run yesterday and it's about Meghan Markle's claims that she did not have a normal life and she felt extreme isolation and limited movement when she was in the royal firm. And we know that she said to Oprah that it felt as though she was, like in lockdown. She said her experience during being a senior member of the royal firm was very isolating, and then she had all of these thoughts about causing some kind of damage to herself, and she could not go out. But a royal expert has said that she actually led a typical normal royal life despite these claims, which I of course thought was strange as well, because it has been reported that Meghan Markle made a total of, I think it's over 280 public appearances during the time that she claimed that she couldn't go out and she was told to stay in because of the media intrigue and the media invasion. So this article is by The Mirror and it's titled "Meghan Markle Led Normal Life as a Royal Despite Her Claims." In her interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan Markle spoke of the loneliness she suffered during her short spell in the royal family, claiming it resulted in her having, very toxic thoughts. Meghan Markle regularly met friends for dinner and popped out to do the food shopping during her time in the royal family. Despite telling Oprah Winfrey she couldn't leave the house, an expert has claimed. And we know that she said that her passport had been taken away from her, but it is widely documented that she was jumping on planes and she took a number of international flights overseas during her time as a senior royal. So it continues on here. During her bombshell interview with the American TV legend, Meghan said she only left the house twice in 4 months after being told she had been oversaturated. She said, "I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere." However, royal biographer Andrew Morton, the man behind Princess Diana's famous book, claims that his friends regularly saw her out and about. Speaking on the Royally Obsessed podcast, he said, "When I was watching the interview, I was ticking off, yes, sense of isolation, yes, sense of desperation, exactly what Diana was saying to me. But then again, well, friends of mine said they've seen Meghan walking from Whole Foods supermarket on Kensington High Street with bags of food back to Kensington Palace. It didn't seem too much like a prison. Other friends have seen her out and about with friends at restaurants and called to say, 'You'll never guess who I'm sat next to.' So she seems to me to have led a pretty regular normal life." Meghan said the loneliness she suffered left her feeling, and we know, obviously I can't say that word on YouTube, but she felt as though she wanted to cause some kind of pain, inflict, to herself. "I just didn't want to be here anymore." During her interview with Oprah, Meghan said she went to the institution to say she needed help, but was told she wasn't allowed to. She said she was ashamed to admit it at the time, but knew that if she didn't say it, she would do it. She says it was a real and frightening and constant thought, but Harry cradled her. The Duchess of Sussex said she couldn't be left alone when she was around 5 months pregnant with Archie. When Oprah asked her directly if she was thinking of to herself or having these types of thoughts, Meghan replies yes. She claims she asked one of the most senior people if she could get help, but was told it wouldn't be good for the institution, which obviously with the royal firm's links to mental health charities and their heavy involvement in mental illness, I do not believe that they would deny her access for support in that sense, because how would it serve them to have a senior member who is extremely fragile at charitable events, carrying out royal duties? I think that would be more harming to their image and more embarrassing than her actually seeking confidential help under the protection of a non-disclosure agreement with herself and the psychologist involved. We know that Harry has had therapy and counselling, and I do believe that William had support and bereavement support when they had to deal with the passing of their mum. So it just seemed very far-fetched. And as the Queen's statement read, of course, some recollections may vary. We do wish Harry and Meghan the best, and we will try and deal with what has happened in a private capacity, as opposed to sitting there talking to someone like Oprah of all people and Gayle King on a daily basis about the issues and the problems that they experienced in the fam. So it continues on here. During the interview later, Harry admits it was very difficult for him and that it sent him to a dark place. Well, his whole marriage has sent him to a dark place. The fact of the matter is, Harry's issues do stem from his union with Meghan, whether he wants to acknowledge that or not. So it continues on here. He also admits to being ashamed to say that Meghan needs help. Okay, it's really that Meghan needed help, but I think that she needs help now, you know, in real time. Someone has said, for someone who wanted privacy, Meghan Shaw is being extremely public. She is publicity hungry. Poor girl can't seem to accept the fact that she'll never be queen. Imagine Meghan having to bow or curtsy to her sister-in-law, laughing my ass off. I will be so glad when she does embrace her privacy and disappears from the media finally. Someone else has said, with all these new revelations coming in thick and fast, more and more people are beginning to doubt anything she said on Oprah is even true. Like him or loathe him, Piers Morgan may have been right all along about Meghan Markle. Well, of course, we know that Piers, even though he has his haters and he has his non-supporters, Piers is on the money, I think, when he talks about Meghan. I think that Piers is really correct, and that's the unfortunate truth. I do not believe that Meghan was under lock and key. I don't think that her freedom was any more limited than it would have been for Kate or Diana or Fergie or any other members of the royal family. Someone else has gone on to say, if she was advised not to go out, why were there photos of her going to her yoga class, the market, out to dinner with Prince Harry and friends? Well, it's self-explanatory, isn't it? She exaggerated, she made it up, and she just wanted to dramatize the inconvenient truth, which is that she simply did not want to be of public service. She just wanted to get the money and run, and Harry needed an alibi. He needed someone to run with, and he was going to find someone who was controversial, who was disrespectful, and who would, you know, flourish in a toxic kind of way, who wanted to do the same things as him, because he simply could not accept that he would always have to, in a sense, play second fiddle to his brother William. So that's the end of the video, guys, and there's so many more revelations coming out. I'll be back with another one. Bye, guys.